Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. Today is March 23rd of 2022. It's a Wednesday. It's 50 degrees Fahrenheit right now, or 10 degrees Celsius at about 8:30 in the evening. It's been a rainy day on and off, and that's tea weather. Today is Kasia, Miss Lime of 2022. And here she is with her daughter, who's by her side, Czeslawa. So, she's a bush key lime, so is her daughter. They're both on their own root. They need a fast draining soil or it'll die, and air pockets will kill it also. And they are heavy feeders on the lime. So this is what the research I found out. So to give it a good fast draining soil, I'm going to use 2 parts of sifted perlite, 2 parts of fluorite. You can get that at any pet shop. And 1 part worm castings, and then some mikus and azus to the root system. Now, I don't know if we're going to have time to do Czeslawa. It's hard to pronounce Polish names. Sorry about that. I'm still learning Polish. I don't know. 73, got to keep the old brain going here. So, Kasia, we're going to put her in this container. Hopefully she'll fit in there. I don't know how big the root system is, but we'll have to check it out. And let me get the tag off. And she's planted in a bark-based potting soil, but that's what it is. So, let's see how we can get mother and daughter out. And how do you spell Czeslawa? I got the sticker right here. C-Z-E-S-L with a slant A-W-A. And if you try to pronounce it in English, it's wrong. Polish, it's a different pronunciation because there's syllables and stuff are different. So I'm still learning. My grandmother wanted me to pay me $5 to learn Polish, but never had no one to teach me. So I go on YouTube and check out some of them, try to learn every day something little just to keep the old brain going. At my age, you got to keep the brain going. Ho, 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 ho. Now this is a short, shallow root system, so maybe we can fit them all in a smaller pot. So let me get this heavy soil out of here. There we go. Now, can we get the little mom and daughter apart? I don't know. This is going to be a hard one to do. So we're going to have to put our fingers in there. And don't be afraid. Just try to get them out, but I don't know. Let's try our bucket of water. Maybe the soil will loosen them up enough to get them apart. Because we got to let them grow. There we go. Getting it into the bucket. Now their roots are intertwined. There you go. The roots are intertwined, so the best thing I can do, besides dumping this out, so it's a very big conglomerate. There we go. Well, here's Czeslawa. And here is Kasia. Kasia looks pretty good. So the root systems are nice, but you can see all this big wood in here. So that's really where the roots are all tangled and wound up in. So let's put Czeslawa on the side. And let's get Kasia here. There we go. Now, I think we can do a quick repotting of her daughter first, because that'll be the simplest to do, because her root system is really a nice flared out root system. Look at that. So she's sitting pretty, her daughter. And she's growing off to the side. So, Tommy forgot everything today. No paper towels, nothing. Well, that's what pants were made for. What are you going to do? So I'm going to take my ironwood needle nose, easy open, and I'm going to take Kasia and clip her off to, let's see if you can see it, right to here, so she can start bushing out more. And because we destroyed a lot of her little roots, we got to give her a chance to grow. So, Tom, what'd you do with all the paper towels? And what did you do with everything? I don't know. Ah, we got a piece down here. There. So it should fit. Just rip it. Rip it. Rip it. And stick it. There we go. Okay, so let's get Czeslawa back into her pot. Get her soil nice. And here's the soil mix I'm using. Now you can use any fast draining soil you can get your hands on, and the limes are heavy nitrogen feeders according to all my research. So, come on, Czeslawa, right there. I'm going to put a mound here because it's a little hollow down there. Right here where we're going to put her. And she's got a nice flat root base there. All we're going to do, I'm using these shears only for roots because of all the wood and stuff that's in there. So whatever's there, so we don't damage our blade. Get any upward roots or anything like that there, and they look pretty good. And then we're going to take, okay, Czeslawa, I'm going to take some of our micus and put it in all around the roots. We got to give her a healthy start. And then we're going to take our micus, do the same. Not micus, our azus. A little bit stuck there, but there we go. Just like that. There she is, little Czeslawa. She's Kasia's little girl. There we go, and we got her nice on top of the roots, nice on top of the mound of the soil, just like that. And we can put her in a little bit like this. We're going to take our chopstick and just move her roots out so we can get them a little bit more readily. And like this, it'll be almost like a windswept, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how she grows. We'll see how she backbuds. Well, let's get our dressing in. Now, later on, I'll show you what fertilizer I'm going to use, a liquid one from Dr. Earth. And I usually try to do that in the spring so I can stimulate the roots to grow, because it's mainly for root growth. And I'll give you that as soon as I get everything ready for the next video. But right now, little Czeslawa. The W in Polish is pronounced like a V. The S with the L, I'm still learning how to say it. So those of anybody out there that speaks Polish, forgive me for the mispronunciation. Now, what did we do at our misting can? That's another thing I goofed up on. Oh well, what are you gonna do? I put it someplace, I filled it up and I forgot to bring it. Well, you know the old saying, I never listened to my father when he said, never, Tom, never grow old. So at least with Mr. Hawes here, he's got a nice fine watering system here, which is cool. And then, come on, Mr. Elephant, you're going to have to give me a hand here. Because old Jaja, that's Grandpa in Polish, forgot all his stuff. What are you going to do? That's life. Okay, so push it in, push, 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 push. Push, 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 push. Just like that. Let's get a little more on the top. You can see the water running out of the bottom there. Now, if I'm in your way, let me see if I can get this over to the side so you can see it better. I don't want to be in your way. Now, I think that one container's kind of big for Kasia, Mama. So we'll get her maybe in another smaller pot like this. There we go. Just like that. And you can see she's in there pretty good. Czeslawa. There, girl. Nice in there. Perfect. I can put a little rock here to hold everything down, but first let's give it some more water. Come on, Mr. Hawes. Hawes watering can. Something I always wanted. At least they sell the plastic ones, because the metal ones are so expensive. It's not even funny. Okay, so will my cord stretch all the way to where I hide my pots? Let me see. So far, oh, we got it. We got another pot. So now we'll put her little name tag in right here. CZESL with a slant AWA. That's our little girl. And we'll put a little rock here to help hold in the moisture on the side there. She's pretty good. I don't think she'll fall over or nothing. Later on, when it starts to get warmer, because it's supposed to drop in the, well, in the 20s, like 27 and 32, so that's 0C or minus 27. That must be like a minus 2 or 3. Not that good with Celsius, but learning. Got to learn at your old age. Got to keep that brain going. Okay, here's a nice little rock here for it. Okay, little girl, go there and let's get Mama. So here's Mama. She's got a nice big root system. And I think she'll fit in the pot, but we're going to cut her back. It's about here. And I don't know if this will root, but we can try it. But right now, I'm going to take my ironwood ratcheting pruners. This is good for arthritis. This is the small one. And we have a bud here, so we can probably get a shoot here or here. So I'm just going to cut right above here, so you're going to hear it. 1, 2. Nice clickety-click and you're done. That's what Nigel says. Clickety-click and it's cut. Okay, so let's put this cutting into the water. Let it sit. You can see how nice and green she is. So let's try to rake the roots the best we can, because there's more root on one side than the other. That's the way she was grown in the pot. Now, I'm using this for cutting roots only, so always keep your scissors marked. You can see this tangled root here, so we're going to go right into it and cut it. Just like that. Now I don't know what kind of roots we're going to pull out of here, but just give it a yank. And there we go. And then she's got some nice roots here. Now this is another downward facing root. I don't know if you can see it. Get that off. Here's a root going down. I'm going to cut it. Now we're just going to trim. Just like that. Get these a little bit dipped and clipped. There we go. And I think she'll fit in the pot pretty good. I'm going to have to pull her over a hair. We're going to try to keep the root base out this way. Now we got a crooked root this way. So I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard to see. I haven't got good camera work, but we're just going to cut this one right there. There we go. Just like that. That's a big, massive root system there. Now we got some good radial roots here. Here's a root coming down from the top, but we're going to keep this. I know it's a little high, but that's all right because we got to get this thing to grow, because here on the bottom here, okay, I'm going to have to use this because it's got a funny, the way they cut it. Click, click. Like Nigel says, click, click, clickety click. We got it cut. So, Kasia, let's hope everything works out good in here. I got a little more of a paper towel. And just rip it just to cover up the hole, because this is a little small on some of the holes, but that's all right. This should work out pretty good. Okay, Kasia, let's see how you look. Now we can put Kasia like that. Make a nice mound there for her. Let's get a mound a little bit higher. And just don't be afraid. I mean, evening is the best time to do your heavy root work. So, let's get some of this on there. Our micos. This will give your roots a good chance to grow. And some of this. And I put the azus, if you can see it, right on the cut there to help that heal and to help it to maybe start off a new root. Okay. So, we got our roots spread out the best we can. There we go. And we're flat on the bottom there, so that's good. Okay, Kasia. Hang in there, hang in there, Mom. Mommy, hang in there. There we go. Your daughter's all ready to be with you. And I didn't want to put you all in that one big pot because you need to grow and get us well established. There we go. Just like that. And we'll take our chopstick and we'll work the soil into the roots. Get out all the air pockets. And remember, push, 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 push. Right there. We'll steady it down. There we go. There's our little girl. There's Mama. What are we doing with Mr. Hawes? Okay, Tom, we put Hawes down. Oh, here he is, under the under the table. Okay, Tom, let's get in the Hawes because we forgot our spray bottle, but with this mixture, everything's flowing in really good. Now you notice I'm not hitting the top yet, because if Kasia's going to be Miss Lime of 2022, we got to put some good lipstick on her. So, I don't know, I don't have any green lipstick, so we're going to try, what's this one? I don't know. Taupe. Taupe. There it is. And this should give it a nice little cover so no water enters in when we put her outside to grow. And remember, lipstick's a natural wax. Natural wax is good. It lets everything flow. And you know it's good for your plants because as the women can put it on their lips, you can put it on your little tree here. So I was going to put this rock on, but it's way too big. I was saving it for something else. So I'll have to find a rock later and put it on.